Welcome back to another episode of Let's Eat Orlando with Amy, Drew, and Biggie. I am Amy Drew.
And I'm Biggie.
And we are considerably biggie-er because we just ate a ton of fried chicken. Like a ton.
We definitely ate our probably more chicken tenders than I think you or I wanted to eat, actually, probably.
More chicken tenders than I have ever eaten in my life. Without more than I have ever eaten in my life. I've never eaten chicken tenders, but I've never eaten them at such great volume.
No, it's definitely it's I will say that it's been a long time coming. I know we've talked about it. We've talked about how we were going to do this, and obviously it grew more than what we thought, because obviously Amy Drew wrote an article about it in the Orlando Sentinel.
Yep,
and
chicken feet.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely got our tender on, and we ate quite a few. So we ended up eating
more often than I eat chicken tenders. That is a true story.
That is, yeah, for sure. And I know out of the 10 we ate at
a few more than 10, but then, we had to narrow things down, and certain things didn't exactly fit into the category. So, and even 10 it was. Which was
correct. Exactly. And out of the 10 that we ate at, how many do you remember how many you've actually eaten at before you actually ate?
3.
Yeah, 3, right?
And I had not eaten chicken tenders at any
of them.
No, it's close. I had the chicken sandwich and the nuggets a very long time ago from Chick-fil-A. I've had the chicken sandwich at Popeyes, and I have eaten at Jollibee. But I've had the fried chicken and a few other items, but I've never had the chicken tenders, which are pretty new there anyway.
Yeah.
Those were the only 3 places I had ever eaten at prior to us doing this assignment.
What, out of curiosity, since you know, and obviously I will say I've eaten at a lot of these locations before. Like, I had never eaten at Jollibee. I had never eaten at Saucy. And I guess we should go down the list and kind of talk about them. Maybe talk about our experience, what you, I don't know if you've had any time to ponder.
We could go down the list. I'm sure in the wake of the story, you have gotten feedback from people. I've gotten feedback from people. The internet, which is just, the home of all malcontents, had lots of feedback. Although there were a lot of people who agreed with us.
I will say I did not. I don't think I've seen anything yet that's told me I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about or what the hell we said.
None of that. Well, there was still one person who got mad about the paywall, which always happens. But then a version of the article got posted without a paywall, and then he was mad that Chick-fil-A was included.
Obviously, at the end of the day, it's always a subjective thing. Some people like things better. I had someone from up north that told me that their wife liked PDQ and more than Dave, but they closed PDQ and now a Dave Hot's coming or something like that instead. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I'm like, it's chicken.
Yeah, well, both of those were good. I mean, yeah. I think I know PDQ ended up being number 2, right? But they were
actually number 3.
Number 3. So number 2 was Dave's. Okay, so yep. I reversed them. But yeah, I was gonna say Dave's to me was even just a level up from PDQ. So they shouldn't miss the PDQ too much. They're getting a decent replacement.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. So let's talk about you want to go from 10 to 1 or do you want to go 1 to 10?
I don't know. What do you think? Or should we count it down from the home office and wherever?
Yeah, I mean, we can definitely go. I mean, obviously the idea is we're going to chat a little bit about, we'll kind of talk, maybe do our perspective on each one of these, why we thought they were, and obviously if you read the article, you'll know obviously more information, but we figured this will be a good way to kind of maybe behind the scenes your thoughts about what we, about the food and what we tried and what our thoughts were.
I was looking for a chicken hat. For a little while, my youngest daughter kind of was like Louise on Bob's Burgers, only instead of here, she had a chicken hat that she wore all the time, and I couldn't find it. It had a name too. I think it was called Jerry or something.
That's hilarious. So since we'll do a countdown go to from 10 to 1. I will say that I was kind of surprised that this became our number 10, to be honest with you, because their chicken sandwich, we both agreed is actually a really good fast food chicken sandwich.
I haven't eaten it in over 5 years because it was the chicken sandwich wars. It was the first time that I was ever ordered to go eat fast food by someone I worked for. that happened. So I was working, and my then managing editor walked up to my desk, and I was pretty new there. So I was like, why is he here? And he was like, you need to go to Chick-fil-A and Popeyes because we need to do a story about the chicken sandwich wars. And I was like, but do I? And he was like, yes, but I understand my job better now than when I first started. So I went. And I ate them both, and I thought that the Popeye sandwich was better than the Chick-fil-A sandwich. And like 3 or 4 of my coworkers did the same taste test, and Popeyes swept it. Everybody picked the Popeye sandwich.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually, they call it that chicken sandwich is what they call it, or the chicken sandwich is what they call it. Now, when we went and got tenders,
That was
so yeah, yeah. So
that was
here's
more like
so
turkey.
let me preface something just to kind of give, because as you read the article, if you don't read the article, just to give you an idea, so we wanted to stay like be consistent for everybody. So we had so things that we kind of looked at, we looked at 4 categories that we were going to rate every single thing, and then we also looked at the fact that we knew that we were going to be eating a lot of chicken. So a lot of these places we tried to find an avenue where what was the cheapest route for us to be able to go, for us to be able to eat some chicken, like what 2 pieces of chicken or 1 piece of chicken each, and then have their sauce. So sometimes it was a kid's meal, sometimes they had it as sides.
There were a couple of places that would let you buy 1 chicken tender, so you could just
Correct.
buy tender, and then there were other times. So we did it as inexpensively as possible. But we didn't. I did write down the prices, but it didn't end up being a factor. It was just for notes. We rated them on 4 categories, which was breading, and this would be like, is it consistent? Is it crunchy? Is it enjoyable? And the various factors that go into that. Seasoning, which got its own rating, like, is the chicken and the breading seasoned? Is there flavor in there other than just a fried piece of chicken? The chicken itself, which we rated on, all the things that you might look for, is it tender? Is it moist? Is it well cooked? Is it dry? Is it, those kinds of things? Is there flavor? If there, was a marinade or something. And the signature sauce, which is for most of these places basically a take on a remoulade, like kind of a spicy mayo sort of thing. So anything that was the signature sauce or the closest thing to that, that was the sauce that we had.
Exactly. And then so we went to Popeyes. That was our number 10 spot on our list. And I will say that I wish it tasted like the chicken in the chicken sandwich.
It did not.
But it did not.
And I stole that from a local chef. I had a conversation with him, and he was like, oh yeah, sometimes that's like jerky. And I was like, that's it. It was like jerky. It was so dry. It looked like it was going to be good.
Yeah.
It was super dry. So hit or miss.
Yeah, definitely hit or miss, and definitely something that I was kind of like, I was a little surprised by the time we had it, because I had expectations that it was going to be higher, but it was not. At number 9, we went to Zaxby's.
Well, you should say we didn't go in this order. This is where they fell.
Correct.
When all of the results were tabulated and we had discussed them all and tried them all, and some of them kind of overlapped as far as rating, and then we had to kind of go in to the ones that fell mid-pack with similar scores and decide individually where they went. But there was really no question. Popeyes landed at the bottom for both of our scores averaged together. Zaxby's came in at 9. So
yeah. And we ended up doing, just also another thing is, we did not eat we did not eat at like the 10 chicken spots all at once.
2 trips.
We actually everything was broken up into 2 trips, and we each had our own list of notes of like for scoring. So that way we basically kind of scored ourselves. Mm-hmm. We talked about it, but while we were eating it, but we scored it ourselves on what we thought. And so that made it kind of a lot easier, and it was interesting to see how a lot of these kind of like, some of the middle ones, like you said, like some of us, we kind of hit like almost identical scores, or they were kind of on like the lower quadrant or the upper quadrant, but everything kind of still stayed pretty relevant in the most part of like what our tops.
Funny was that they landed in the same order, but your scores on average were just higher than mine.
Yeah, I was definitely nicer on some. I was definitely a nicer judge, I guess, on some of them.
Slightly. I mean, it was only slightly, but there was scores of 1 to 5. Except when it came to the Chick-fil-A sauce, I was very mean.
Yes, we will definitely talk about that. So Zaxby's, I will say, I mean, hey, I'm glad people go to them, and I know there's a bunch of chains, and I know a lot of people like it. And if you enjoy it, enjoy it. I will safely say that it's not. I would probably go to, with all the other chicken places around, I definitely would probably go to some other location, but
probably.
I would no, I would yeah, for sure. I would not. I would not. The lower five, I would probably say the lower five of the bottom part of the list, I probably would only go if I was hungry and I didn't have any other place to go, or when we get to six, there's other things I would eat there. Chicken guy.
Here's one that was interesting. I have to call out the places where there were no bad staff members. The people at
Correct.
Chicken Guy were really nice. Like, I'll call out the exceptionally nice staff. The staff at Chicken Guy, the woman behind the counter was lovely. She helped us because we were curious about the sauces, because they give you two sauces. They let you get two. So we were curious. So we also got, they have a special, theirs is called the special sauce, which is their signature sauce, but they also have the donkey sauce, which is like Guy Fieri's famous sauce. So I wanted to try it. The sauces were quite good. They really were. The sauces were good. And it's a cute place. It's a very cute place.
I think, and definitely what you want, at least for what I figured for this, is like, you go there if you're a person who likes, like, oh, I like different sauces and I want different things, then yeah, it's fine. You can definitely go there and get all your sauces, and there's like many to choose from. There's like probably more sauces than know what you want to do.
I don't know. It's so many. There were so many.
But I mean, the place looked super cool, super fun. 2 locations. There's one in Winter Park, and obviously there's one in Disney Springs. If you're looking for an option for that, and they have obviously Triple D playing on all the TVs and stuff like that. I will say that I did like the donkey sauce. I actually prefer the donkey sauce on Guy's Burgers when you're on a Carnival cruise than versus Chicken Guy. But still, I mean,
I thought the donkey sauce was good. It's basically garlic mayo, but it's good.
Yeah.
But I really liked the special sauce. The special sauce I thought was better, and I enjoyed it on the chicken tender. But you really nailed it when you were talking about the chicken tenders, because these kind of tasted almost like store-bought chicken tenders, but they were like a little better than what you would make at home, unless you put them in a fry daddy, like, because they were deep fried, but they kind of tasted like pre-fat.
Yeah. And I think you were right when you said it. When we were eating it, the one thing that I was like, yeah, I think you're right. Like when we ate it separately, like when we tried the sauce, we're like, sauce good. The chicken, okay. But then when you tried the chicken and the sauce, you're like, okay, I could see this works.
Yeah.
But obviously
totally better with the sauce. The sauces tasted really fresh at chicken, but it was better with the sauce. Unfortunately, score-wise, it wasn't enough to get them. They ended up at the bottom of the mids.
Correct.
And
then the one next to it that also has a lot of sauces was Saucy, which is KFC's I guess their new reiteration of like, hey, we're gonna sell chicken in a different name.
It looks like an 80s nightclub. Like, it is snazzy. It's like pink. It's kind of a departure from the red of the KFC. So it's like hot pink, and you've got all this. It looked like a nightclub, and the ordering kiosks, where you can order with the big screens, kind of like Wawa on steroids kind of thing. So it's a really cool looking place. But
yeah, I was one of those where I'm like, it just fell short. Like I jokingly, I remember I jokingly said to Amy Drew, I was like, don't they have, I'm like, I feel like there's 11 herbs and spices, but I don't taste any of those herbs and spices in this chicken. Like I was expecting that.
One or two.
I was like, I don't know what the deal is. Supposedly I was told the desserts are really good there, but that's not really why you go there. We did ask for like, just like their house sauce is what we got.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I do think that maybe it is also very like automated kind of like, so I mean, obviously Chicken Guy has a little bit more of a people person type thing versus the automated version of it. But I don't know. It was, I mean, it's close to my house, but I've been there. I can say I've been there. I could check the box. I don't see myself going again.
Yeah, I finally checked the box. Like, unless I have to, like, I will not be going to any of these places again. No offense, it's just not my thing. But
yeah, exactly.
I will go to Jollibee again. Where's Jollibee? Are we to Jollibee?
Jollibee, that's perfect transition. Jollibee was our number 6 spot.
Go to Jollibee again, not for chicken tenders.
Nope.
But for my favorite peach mango pie, which is awesome. You want a good fast food dessert item? They are so good. And I got to try the ube one. The ube one was tasty, but I still like the peach mango one better.
And if you really want to go crazy, since we're talking food, right next door to the Jollibee, there is a Tasty Treat. You could technically get the mango peach and then get the then go to Tasty Treat and get some vanilla ice cream and do it a la mode style and dip the pie.
Or you could take your peach mango pie and bring it to Sampaguita and get their peach mango ice cream,
Oh yeah,
which is
there
a
you go.
salute to the peach mango pie. And
I
then,
like that.
yeah, so then you could
Or
like
I'll just go to Sampaguita's
chain
and
and
just
local at the same
get it
time.
there. No, I love that. I think that's good. Yeah, the Jollibee was good. You
They
know, it's kind of
had super nice people. That guy, I don't know if he was a manager. He seemed like manager level nice, but again, super helpful, super friendly, asking us all kinds of questions. Again,
yeah,
I would call out the Jollibee staffer, especially that one guy. He was
yeah.
great. So nice employees at Jollibee.
For sure. Definitely something that I would I've never been there before, so it was my first time ever being at Jollibee. I'd heard all about the hype, so I was glad I was able to
It was new for me.
yeah, it's kind of funny the fact that you're taking me to a fast food place, even though I probably ate at most of them, and you're like, oh, I've been here before.
Yeah, I went there. The first time I went to Jollibee was, guess what? For a story when they opened.
For a story. Of course.
I went
So
back.
the next one, so now we're now at the top, like we're now hitting our top 5. This one I will say is probably out of all of them is the more social media, TikTok, Instagram. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's dipping. There's like celebrities involved with it. But I'm going to basically call it, yeah, they're dipping it into that sauce, and I'm gonna call it mid, and it's literally the definition of mid for me because it's our number 5, and that's
you had
Raising
had
Cane's.
this one before, and you were waiting to see what I said.
I
Again,
was.
this place, great staff, super nice. Place was packed. It wasn't like crazy Chick-fil-A backed up in the parking lot packed, but it was very busy at lunch, and they moved through it. They got there. The food came out. It was hot. It was fresh. It's a good time to go because everybody's there. So the food is
Yeah.
super fresh. But again, I don't get it. I don't get the hype.
Now, I will say this. Is it good chicken? Like if I was hungry and I wanted chicken and I wanted to get chicken, whatever, yes, like chicken fries, like it hits the bill. Like the chicken is good quality chicken. It's moist, it's juicy, all of that. My problem with it is, and it was the same thing because was one of the people that waited 45 minutes the first time I ate it. And the one thing that stayed in my head when I first went and tried it, because I went to the one over by where like White Castle's was
now
long
I know.
ago.
I always say, who are these people who do this? And now I know.
I did it because I was in the area and I never tried it, and I was with a friend and we're like, hey, let's go do it. What the heck? And we stood in line for it. And when I stood in line, I saw the chicken. I was like, oh, it's a good sized piece of chicken, this and that. But the one thing I noticed and what I saw, and my number one thing that I will tell everyone is, yes, it's good. Yes, it's good quality chicken. And I know they supposedly marinate it and I know they hand bread it. But guess what? They put no seasoning whatsoever on it. It's literally, I will die on this box telling you that all they do is flour and breading, and that's it.
But we had this discussion, is that on purpose? Because it's supposed to be about the sauce. Because we felt this way about Saucy. I will say the chicken at Cane's was better than the chicken at Saucy, in my opinion.
Correct, yeah.
But neither one of them had any flavor without sauce. But the sauce was better at Cane's.
Correct. The cane sauce is great, and I think that's the key.
It's fine.
Some people told me honey mustard, get the honey mustard next time. I didn't even know that was an option because that's the only sauce that's there. And I know that so I feel like I'm like, as soon as I dipped it in the sauce, the first time I had it, I was like, okay, so now I know where all the seasoning and the flavoring is. It's in the sauce.
Maybe the key is to get the 12-ounce cup of sauce and then completely submerge your chicken.
Submerge them or toss them. I'd just be like, toss the tenders in the sauce for me.
See, I hate that. Because then if you don't eat them in 4 seconds, they don't stay crispy. So I like to dunk if I'm going to do it. I'm a dunker.
So that was our number 5 was Raising Cane's. Super nice staff, you said. You even mentioned in the article, because we had someone that told us that this one guy comes every single day.
Every day. Like people are eating at Raising Cane's 5 days a week. People, don't do that. Don't eat at fast food places 5 days a week. Aside from the fact that it is not good for you, it's very expensive. And if you're going to spend all that money on food, like seriously, eat some local stuff. If you have to have chicken tenders, try a bunch of different local ones.
Yeah.
I mean, you get it. Maybe it's not close to work, but eat local. Find a place local close to work. Don't eat Raising Cane's every single day. It's just
Yeah.
Don't.
It's funny because my daughter has yet to have it. It's close
That's
to
not
where
that cheap anymore.
no, it's not. And she hasn't had it and she keeps asking me, she's like, "Hey, are we going to like," and she's like, "Can we go?" And I was like, "No." I'm like, "There's other places we can go to. I mean, I'll take you, but I'm like, I think I could take you to a few other spots better than this." So our number 4 spot is Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
And
I had somebody told me after my review of the sauce that I should try their honey mustard, but it's not like I'm going back. But I was told that their honey mustard is good. One thing that I will guarantee, even though I've never tried it, may never try it, it's definitely better than their regular Chick-fil-A sauce. I would guarantee you any sauce that they have, I would rather have ketchup than that sauce on my chicken.
so which
100%.
ironically is my favorite sauce, the
I don't know
Chick-fil-A
how you
sauce.
like that sauce. That
We
sauce,
like I laugh because she's like, "How do you like this?" And then as we're scoring, she's like, "This sauce is a 0." And I'm like, "This sauce is a 5."
it's the only thing on my sheet that got a 0. There were a few ones, but that sauce was just, I'm telling you, liquid smoke, Miracle Whip, and marshmallow fluff mixed together in a bowl, a plastic bowl, where a little bit of the plastic flavor seeps in. That's what
That
that stuff tastes
that makes me sad because I hate Miracle Whip for sure. So
like.
that's an insult to my Chick-fil-A sauce.
It's
But
terrible.
I will say that at the end of the day, obviously it's still even with us going opposites like that. What's interesting is the chicken, we ate it and the chicken was like, it was kind of like, we both talked about it. We're like, well, what the heck's the problem with this? How is this chicken so good?
I was like, this chicken is actually really good. And I was like, what is it? Is it magic? And you were like, it's MSG.
It's MSG. And I literally had to like, we started Googling it and making sure that I wasn't making crap up. Cause I was like, I'm like, I know for a fact that it's like, I'm like, it is addicting. Like it is just tastes so good. And I know they use peanut oil and I know they brine it in pickles and all that stuff.
All of those questions that we had before about what this chicken has no flavor, this chicken has no seasoning. Somehow the Chick-fil-A chicken tasted really good, yet there was no discernible seasoning flavor.
Correct.
And I was like, why is this good? And that was Biggie's explanation. That it's MSG.
It was. That was my explanation. I do know they brine it in pickle juice, and I do know that they use a peanut oil, I believe is what they used when they fry. So I don't know if all those things is a culmination of where the flavor comes, but I'm mixed in with a dash of MSG.
Whatever. It was tasty.
Our number 3 was PDQ.
That was again, great people there, nice people.
Nice people there.
Story.
I think you were surprised by PDQ.
I was. Well, the funny thing was that when I first tasted it, it has a lot of seasoning. The breading did have a lot of seasoning, and the breading wasn't like perfectly adhered. But you should explain your theory about that. Have we ever had the croqueta discussion?
We have not talked about croquetas, but I will say that our foodie friend who's definitely made me feel happy afterwards when we talk about our number 1. Seth, our friend Burger Beast, he made a comment about croquetas because that's something that is also breaded and hand breaded and handmade. And one of the comments that he made, which made me try to start like trying to be like, think, okay, if someone's hand breading these things, sometimes they're not going to be exactly perfect. It's going to have a little bit of not as much breading in some areas, but that's because it's being hand breaded and hand done. And I felt like that's what I felt with PDQ. Like you could tell everything was fresh at PDQ. Like you could tell it was good quality chicken. You could tell that it was freshly made. The sauces were freshly made.
It was with the seasoning in the breading. I wasn't 100% sure. I ate a few bites and I was like, do I like this? The chicken's good, but do I like this seasoning? Then we tasted the sauce, which tasted so fresh. Like, and there were a few other places that had fresh sauce. This was definitely the freshest tasting sauce. And it had this like zing to it, like a little bit of Old Bay kind of flavors and then this zinginess. And so you can tell the story about how you asked the gentleman who was cleaning the table.
Yeah, so I was just kind of curious and I was like, hey, is there horseradish in this? And so then the guy's like, oh, well, actually.
Well, first he goes, yes, there is.
He said yes. He did confirm that. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm on. And then he goes, actually, it tastes very similar. He goes, our owner was originally from Outback.
Yeah, he said one of the co-founders of PDQ was also a co-founder of Outback, and the PDQ sauce is actually either the same or really close to the same as the Outback bloomin' onion sauce. And you were like, it was like a revelation to you.
Well, it did. It hit. And then I was like, oh my gosh, now I know why it tasted so familiar. But I never had it with chicken. I had it with onion.
Yeah. Well, I haven't had a bloomin' onion in like 20 years, so I don't
Yeah.
remember it, but it was very funny to see like your eyes light up. And then
Yeah.
when you eat the chicken and whatever seasoning they have in that with this really fresh sauce that had herbs in it and stuff, you could see it was really good. And so I was like, wow, PDQ. All right.
Number 3. And then when we go to number 2, so number 2 is an interesting one because one of the things about number 2 and in other places like this, they're known really for hot chicken. We number 2 for us was Dave's hot chicken. So technically, if you were to go eat there, and then that was a tough one for us to discuss and try to figure out because we were like, well, we should kind of go
last on our round 1. So I let the hot chicken, after we tasted the plain one, I let it wreck my palate because I'm never going back there probably. So I had to I tried the Reaper, which they made me sign something before they would give me one.
Yeah. So so we got two plain chicken, regular plain chicken tenders and one Reaper chicken tender that Amy Drew enjoyed. And basically by
it is a hot one. It's definitely hot. Don't rub your eyes after that thing. Wear gloves.
do not
I thought they
not
were giving me gloves, but they didn't. So I had to be careful.
but I will say that the chicken, it's a little bit more costly, but the chicken, you get like a good sized piece of chicken.
It is. It's like a $5 chicken tender, but it's huge. It's really more like a
The chicken breast. Yeah.
It's big. It's big. It's big like Jam Hut. You know, like Jam Hut gives you those big ones. And Dave's gives you a tender that's that big. Like 2 of those is a lot of food. You know,
Yeah.
like I would bet, I don't know if it's 4 ounces, but like 1 tender may actually be like a serving of chicken, which I believe would be like 4 ounces would be like a normal serving.
Yeah.
Don't quote me, but it's big. It's so, you know.
It is definitely very good. I will safely tell you though, like we both discussed, like this is one of those where I wouldn't go there for just like a chicken tender. Same idea for like Chick-fil-A. Like I wouldn't go to Chick-fil-A to go eat a chicken tender. I would go there for Chick-fil-A for like a sandwich. I wouldn't go to Dave's Hot for a plain chicken tender. I would go for their hot chicken.
Yeah.
For their seasoning.
By the way, you should know he is like, I was like Miss Virgin Palate for this, you know, competition. Biggie, like he did like a whole thing for a while where he was getting like Chick-fil-A and Popeyes and swapping the biscuits with the chicken and making his own Franken biscuits.
Yes.
Like he's experienced at this.
I unfortunately like food too much.
Expertise when it comes to fast food fried chicken breast.
Yeah, which is kind of weird because I technically don't eat a lot of this, but I know enough to know like when I go, I like the certain places I'll go and we'll eat it, but it's not.
I have eaten a lot of it.
But I have eaten a lot of it. Yeah, well, you know, it happens that way. But I will say Dave's Hot Chicken, it is good. It's very good. I've had it as chicken sandwiches. It's very good. I would safely say if you like hot chicken and you want to do like a Nashville hot chicken, depending on where you are, obviously, and there's no local spots, depending on where you're at. Like if you're in Waterford Lakes, I would say go to Dave's Hot Chicken.
Yeah, agreed. And I think that we both agreed that if we were not rating these on plain chicken tenders, Dave's Hot probably would have gotten the #1 spot.
Yes.
We had to rate them on regular traditional chicken tenders. And so
the #1, which was with our number one spot that we chose is Huey, that we both all agreed on was Huey Magoo's.
Yes, which I had never had. It was among the many that I had never had before.
Never had. And what I found interesting was, and one of the things that was interesting about it is, so that was actually the first place that we ate, like when we started this whole journey, that was the first place we ate at.
Our first stop.
Yeah. It was our first stop. And as we kept driving to other places and we kept comparing, cause I think the first time we did it, we went to like we went to 5 spots.
5 or 6. Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember at the end, because after we ate it, we were like, this is really good. And then we're like, and we almost questioned ourselves on like our ratings. Like, was our ratings, like, did we go too high on them? Like, why did we go so high on it? Let's go. So we actually went back.
Yes. And it was good that we went back because when we went back the second time, we actually got a fresher tender, which Biggie annoyed the girl behind the counter because he went in.
Like, she was super nice, by the way, but the chef, I could hear in the background, she wants what? What does he want? I was like, hey, listen, I only need 2
I
tenders.
can verify that there was no boot print on the chicken
Yeah.
tender when it came out. So,
But I go in there and I'm like, I need 2 tenders
yeah,
and I need them fresh. Like I want you to like take them out of the fryer and then give
yeah,
them to me.
right.
Like that's what I want.
Like
I need to
me,
have it this way.
like I hope he burns his mouth on me. I was going home. I was gonna go home.
But we had it, and after we had it I was like, okay, this is it. Like I still think this is the best one, and that's cool. I'll be honest with it, it feels good because one, like that was my number one pick before and I kind of knew that, but I hadn't eaten at a lot of these places, but I was still my favorite because that is a place that I do go with my own family to go eat chicken tenders. Usually before a football game, we'll go pick some up and have some chicken tenders or something like that to go. And then also Seth, Burger Beast, who eats a lot more fast food, that is also his number one chicken tender, which we
I'm
found
just
out
surprised
afterwards.
that he eats chicken. Like when does he find
Well, yes, I know Burger Beast does eat other things, but it's kind of like me eating other things than sandwiches. But
that doesn't happen that often either.
But I will say that was it. Like they call it the filet mignon of the chicken. I will say like it's, is it as big as like some of the other places? Probably not. But I will say the quality of the chicken, the seasoning of the chicken, the sauce, all those things together is kind of what comprised it to become the number one spot for us.
Yes, and I did not verify this, so maybe I will verify this before the show posts because it'll be
Okay.
the days, right?
Mhm.
Somebody told me, and this was after, that Huey Magoo's is an Orlando. It started here in Orlando.
I
Which
believe it
I
did.
not know, but that makes me happy because there are a few places around town that we found in our research that are burgeoning. We did
Yeah.
not include them in this story because we really were leaving this to places that had multiple locations that were fairly well-known chains, or at least in this area, because there's like
Mhm.
other places, there's not a lot of Dave's Hot Chicken, say, or Chicken Guy, which is new, all over the place. Like they're new.
Yeah.
But places that were fairly well known here in the Orlando metro. So there were other places, and from what I understand, Huey Magoo's was like these other places at one time.
The one thing that I will say that during this whole journey is we, like, as much as we talked and we ate at all these fast food places, we did also eat at some local spots.
Yes, which we would always recommend, both of us, over any of these places, even the ones we liked. No offense to them, but we like to see people eating local. And so we went and we ate at Jam Hot, which is so good. And they have a plain tender that you can get that's not hot. Although, again, I got the jam while we were there because I couldn't resist. Chicken Fire also does a plain version, even though they're known for their hot chicken. So you don't have to like heat to go there. We also went to Chicken.
Yep.
I don't know if there's any special, which kind of does a Korean chicken wing take on their tenders. So it's like really barky, and then they toss it in the sauce, and that's there.
Yeah. So if you kind of want to do that, you may want to ask for sauce on the side and then just get it nice and barky. All the chickens.
I would want to try sauces.
I will say, obviously, I'm a huge fan of Jam Hot. Chicken Fire is great. Chicken is great. I'm a huge fan of Jam Hot. That's kind of their sandwiches. Their sandwiches amazing, and like the pickles are awesome. I finally, because of you, I got to eat the jam level, because I have been wanting to try it.
So good.
Super good. I don't think I could eat a massive sandwich, a Jam Hot jam sandwich, because the chicken is so massive.
If you put the slaw on it and you have the brioche, and that kind of tamps down.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I feel like all I know is that you get a nice little buzz. You get a nice buzz on the back of your throat, your lips, but it's still enjoyable, and it was super good.
I feel, and if you want to, if that's the one, like just get the hot, and then you get all the heat, but it's not like completely overwhelming.
Yeah,
the jam is good. I always have to try the hottest one.
Correct.
Like at least,
and that's something that I get to partake in when I'm hang out with Amy Drew, because I don't usually go that way, but I kind of like the idea of trying it, because I've noticed that I have a higher threshold for heat levels now. So
there you go.
It makes it fun. I will say, it was really awesome to see an idea of ours come to life based on a conversation on this podcast to then actually become actually an article for you, but at the same time an adventure for us to be able to hang out and do.
But what else should we rate? What other fast food places should we rate? Maybe
what else? Give us a topic of something else that we want to try and be able to eat and rate and be able to do. Let us know.
Does any place else do fruit pies?
Hey, I'm down for that because I love a good fruit pie. So I mean, like, but I only know of McDonald's and whatchamacallit, restaurant wise.
Do they even still do a fruit pie at McDonald's? That's how long
I don't know if they do.
I've had one.
I don't know if they do.
Mango Jollibee pie. It's one of my favorite garbage foods, I would say.
It was delicious. It was delicious. I will definitely have one of those again if I'm ever in the area, but I would definitely go to Twisty Street and get the vanilla ice cream in a cup.
Gel. It's good stuff.
So yes. That's our show. That's our show for today. Obviously, make sure to check out the show notes. Make sure to leave us comments, ideas. What is your number 10? What are your top 10s? Is there a place that we missed or a place that you recommend? Obviously, we did not go to every fast food place. We went to every single chicken fast food place.
That we didn't do Publix. And I get it. I know that the Publix chicken fans are really big fans, but Publix is not a fast food restaurant, which is why we did not include it. We just reasoned
correct.
Not. Even though people do go there for chicken tenders. So that is the reason why we know that people love their Publix. And a few people did say, how could you not go there? That is the reason why. It's a supermarket.
Yeah, it's a supermarket. And with that, we will be ending the episode. Definitely enjoy. We will have more. We have some upcoming episodes talking foodie awards because we still have to talk about that, but we definitely wanted to chat about chicken tenders since we had been promoting it for a while and telling you we've been doing it. Well, we did do it, we ate it, and the tender bender is over, and I don't know if I'm gonna have another chicken tender for a while.
All right, that's okay. There's lots of sandwiches for us to conquer.
Heck yeah. Well, thanks guys. Keep supporting local. Check out. Definitely let us know of places that we should be visiting and checking out. And thanks for listening and have a good night.
Thank you. See you guys.